The attack on the black man is relentless. First off, you have Jason Black, an individual who is essentially, in my opinion, is someone who speaks truth and gives you nothing but facts in regards of what's going on with how other people view us. Whether they be Democrats, Republicans, whatever. Apparently, YouTube deleted his channel, I believe. His old channel. So they deleted that. Luckily, he's making a new one. But it's crazy because to me that's straight up disrespectful. That was an obvious attack on him as an individual because he spoke too much truth. He went out of his way to let us know what's going on, and he still does it regardless because now he has a second channel. He's still doing the same thing he did before. Nothing changed. But they felt so threatened that they had to make an effort to get him out the way. And that to me is the crazy part. Well, it shouldn't be that unrealistic considering how YouTube is and how they act. But still, fortunately, even if Jason Black were to disappear off of YouTube, nothing would change. There will still be people out there supporting us and themselves in regards to fighting racism and well, there's so much going on that I can't even break it down. Like, just in the aspect of what we had to deal with on an everyday basis, it isn't just racism. It is. Don't get me wrong, it is. But there's levels to this shit. Right? There's lack of economic growth, lack of health care, lack of job security. Anything that you can think of that is in regard to being able to properly function in society is something we lack. Even beyond that, there is something we lack. But to me, that's insane. Luckily, Professor Black Truth, another individual who speaks nothing but truth, as his name suggests, is still on YouTube. Hopefully, they won't target him next. I feel like that's the goal. You know, that's the game plan. But hopefully, that's not the case. Hopefully. I doubt it just because of how supportive the community is, and they did this once before, but it didn't work out. So hopefully it will turn out just like it did before. But I can't tell the future, nor am I a tactical genius, so I don't know. In other news, you have a lot of bullshit in regards to black people and getting targeted and killed by the police. That's straight up ridiculous. You have one instance where a man has his hands up on one side. Like, it never ends. It never ends. That's when you think that you've seen it all. Something else happens that makes you realize, oh wait, nah, the depravity and hatred goes even further than that. Like the recent shootings, for example, they've been happening a lot more often, or maybe they've always been happening. We just started noticing now, but that is happening in America, and guess who's doing most of the killings? I'm not even gonna say it. Just guess. Guess who's out there killing the most in regards to mass killings? Not mass shootings, mass killings. Because in media, they tend to try and confuse you on the term. But there's nothing really confusing about it. Because when you do your own research, everything else falls in line. It's not that hard to figure out once you put two and two together. But they try their damnedest to make it confusing as possible. That's the whole goal. But that's alright, because sooner or later they won't be able to ignore their circumstances. They'll have to acknowledge it at one point. That's my firm belief. They'll have to acknowledge it. Someone will. At one point. There has already been people who did. We just need more of them. But other than that, you also have the killing of a prominent black character. Now let me explain. Everybody knows who Black Panther is. Well, mostly everybody. If you're a Marvel fan, you know who he is. You've seen the movie. And you heard of the unfortunate death that happened, in which makes playing the character a tad more complicated. First of all, may he rest in peace. I have nothing but love and respect for that man. It's really a tragedy. It really is. Just let me get that out of the way now. It is a tragedy. But let me tell you how Disney is using that for its advantage. If you read the comic books, Black Panther never dies. Right? He doesn't just have, well, okay, every character dies every once in a while, but he didn't have one comic run and just suddenly die off. That never happened. That never happened. Okay? But since the comics are not real life, when unfortunate circumstances does happen, people tend to try and make do with what they have. Right? They're trying to play off his death. I'm saying this in terms of both the actor and the character. They're trying to, once again, rest in peace. They're trying to play off his death and make a whole lot of moolah and try to fit in a strong cast of female characters to replace what we already came to understand and love about T'Challa. They could have easily recast the character. I know for some that seems disrespectful. I understand that wholeheartedly. Right? But think about this. Do you think that an actor never died, and because of that death, they had to rehire another individual to play the role? Do you think that never happened? I guarantee you it did. I guarantee you that happened more than once, probably several times. Right? And they could have done the same thing here. Alright? It might seem disrespectful to some, but they could have done it. Okay? There's a lot of actors out there, a lot of people who can take up the role. Right? Especially if they are dedicated to the character itself. Okay? They could have done that. But instead, they're using his death to push a narrative and an agenda that just doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense in the way of what they want, and they want to push strong female characters. I understand that, right? I'm not going to get in the way of a strong female character, okay? We have strong female characters. Marvel comic books have strong female characters. Everything in cinema or out of it, everything in regards to film, comic books, stories, literature, everything in regards to that have strong female characters of some sort. Okay? Even video game, the number of strong female characters is not low. Don't tell me it is, because it's not. Okay? If you go straight up tell me that the number is low, you need to do your research. You need to look up strong female characters and count every single one. And tell me, and come back to me and tell me that's a small number. Okay? It's not. It's not. Alright? And frankly, I'm tired of it. Okay? We have Wanda, another strong female character, supposedly strong female character. We have Captain Marvel. I guess well, not Captain Marvel, because he's far from a strong female character. Captain Marvel was literally, but the definition of how to not write a strong female character. Okay? Captain Marvel is a mistake. Okay? I hope they learn that. Because as far as I know, they're not making a Captain Marvel 2. Thank God. Thank the heavens. If they do, they need a strong recast. Okay? Because that actor is not the one. She is not the one. Okay? I'm sorry, but no. The movie was terrible. The acting was terrible. The character is terrible. Everything about her is terrible. Okay? I'm sorry. But like I said before, the list of that is never ending. Okay? Hold on. That's my dog and a true toy. But anyways, the list of that is never ending. Okay? And I'm not gonna sit here and just let it happen. I'm not. Because they're murdering a strong and endeared and loved character, and they're replacing him with someone that shouldn't be a replacing factor. T'Challa should not be off screen. Okay. Chad Boswick died an unfortunate death, and if I mispronounce his name, I apologize. But Boswick died a tragic. He died a tragic death. Right? And it's unfortunate. Right? Like I said before, the past 10 times, it's unfortunate. Okay? I would have loved if he played another role of T'Challa. A lot of people would. But T'Challa himself should not be dead. I am sorry. That should not be happening. But it is, because they're using that to kill a strong black character, to make us look weak, and for children, preferably male children, to lack a strong role model they can look up to. That's what they are doing. There's not a lot of characters who are black and who are male that people can look up to, that children can look up to and inspire to be. I'm talking about live action, right? I ain't talking about action movies. No, I'm talking about. Well, I am, but I'm talking about in comic form, live action comic form. Just not a lot. Luke Cage. All right, that's one. Blade. He's coming out soon. Miles Morales. All right, that's free. And who else? Yeah, I can only name 3. T'Challa, that's 4, but he's not a factor anymore at this point. So that's 3 strong black males that children look up to. Meanwhile, you have about 100 or so other people who are anything but black. And that right there is a tragedy. That right there is a targeting system. It is. And I refuse to watch Wakanda Forever. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it doesn't look like a good movie. It does, in a way. Just because of the way they made it look. But I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. I'm not paying for the movie. I am not paying for that movie. Because I'm not going to sit here and accept T'Challa's death so they can make money, potentially millions, if not billions of dollars, and force along a character who probably won't follow the traditional way T'Challa followed to become Black Panther. I'm sorry. I'm not. I am not doing that. I'm not doing that. The Black Authority, T'Challa, and other people in that criteria who are being pushed around and or forced to be forgotten about is an act of depravity that I refuse to support. I'm not doing that. No. And I hope that like-minded individuals will do the same. So, in other words, boycott Wakanda Forever. Don't watch the movie at all. Make sure that, well, we as a community, as a black nation, we must always fight the good fight and not just lay down and let it happen. No matter what it is. So, in regards to that, This isn't the end. We're not giving up. We're not surrendering. None of that. We're continuing to fight the good fight, and we'll always fight the good fight no matter what happens. This is your boy, the Stutter Guy. I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.